You won't out-tech them, but that doesn't mean you have to lie down and take it. Hi everybody, my name is Greg Crable. This is my podcast, Something I Learned Yesterday, where I take one issue from the world of publishing and try to explain it in about 3 or 4 minutes. I have encouraged publishers to fight back against AI in 4 ways. 1, to change their robots.txt file to kindly request the monsters to leave you alone. 2, to enforce that on the server side. 3, to change terms and conditions to make the lawyers happy and to provide the basis for a future lawsuit. And 4, to start working on their own large language models. My friend Charles Benaiah seems to think that's tilting at windmills. Skynet will win. Charles makes 4 points. Number 1, Skynet doesn't need your content. He says media is highly derivative and points out that they can get something equivalent to your content from 100 different sites that won't block the bots. Number 2, there are loopholes. Despite your best efforts, Skynet will find a way to get your content if it wants to. Number 3, even if they couldn't scrape your website, they can sign up for your emails and get a lot of your content that way. I should add that they can also follow your social media. Number 4, if they really want your content, they can send people to the library and scan it. Now these are all good points, but I'd like to give a broader context. The first point is the strongest. No matter how good you think your journalism is, there's so much stuff out there for free that AI will be able to create something as good as your content, even if they can't crawl your site. Now that's true, but there's a perceived value to an article that comes from a supposedly reputable source. If the chatbots are required to show sources, or if people just come to believe that their content is compiled from Fred and Ethel's blog, Twitter posts, and YouTube videos by people who sniff glue all day, that will give other reputable sources an edge, even if, objectively speaking, the LLM is able to turn that straw into gold. In other words, perception is important here. Chatbots are mostly free right now, but they won't always be, so at some point they'll be competing against you. Will the market pay $10 to get news that's spun from the straw of free crap on the internet, or would they rather pay $10 to get something from a professional? I don't know, but let's at least lay the groundwork to make that a possible argument in the future. The second, third, and fourth points, that there are technical loopholes, that they can get your content from your emails, that they can scan hard copies from the library, those are also true, which is why publishers need to update their terms and conditions so they have grounds to sue Skynet. Now, of course, the wheels of justice move slowly, but publishers did recently win against the Internet Archive for violating copyright, so there is some hope. It's possible, probably even likely, that this is a losing battle. The tech companies give a lot more to Congress than media companies do, so they'll probably get some insane carve-out like Section 230. But Ancestry DNA says I have a lot of northern blood in my veins. The idea of a desperate, losing battle against the forces of wickedness and chaos, it kind of appeals to me. So I say fight the power. Order and sanity may prevail. We might come to realize that copyright is an important thing. Or maybe this train will run you over, but you don't have to lay down on the tracks. So that's my thought on all this. I hope you found it useful. If so, remember to like, share, and subscribe. And remember to visit me at crablegroup.com. Thanks so much.